One of the most redeeming qualities of intuition is how incredibly practical it is. It's not mysterious, it's not abstract, it's useful. It helps you make decisions, it helps you read situations, it helps you sense direction, and before you can even explain it. And the interesting part is this: it's not that you don't have it, you do. It's not that you were never exposed to it, you have been. Most of us simply never learned how to recognize it, how to work with it, or how to even trust it. So we override, we think harder, we analyze longer, we search for certainty. And in doing so, we often drown out the quieter signal underneath. In this video, I'm going to share 12 practical ways you can begin strengthening your intuition. Not using mysticism, not exaggeration, just simple methods to reduce overthinking and restore clarity. Number 1, the wonder pause. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you just said, "I wonder"? The next time you feel stuck about a job, a conversation, a decision, pause. Instead of asking, "What should I do?" just say softly, "I wonder." Not "I wonder what I should do," just "I wonder." Now, you don't need a major life decision to practice this. In fact, I find it works best outdoors, especially in a natural environment, while simply looking around. You might feel a slight relaxation, a subtle opening. "I wonder" removes pressure. And by removing that pressure, you may discover that intuition begins to creep in. 2, the breath threshold. Breathing is a profound practice. There are many ways to use it for health, for clarity, for stability, but I find this method works especially well for strengthening intuition. Close your eyes. Breathe out slowly, then breathe in. Notice the moment where the out-breath meets the in-breath. This actually requires focus, but there is a small point there. It's almost like a point of no energy, because in that moment the in-breath and the out-breath cancel each other out. Just noticing that point can relax the entire nervous system. Now continue breathing normally and ask your question. Then return to the breath. Find that still point again, not to think, but to listen. If something arises, that may be your intuition. Often the body responds before the mind explains. 3, the body signal. As in previous exercise, many people experience intuition as a signal in their body. Think of a decision you're weighing. Say the first option in your mind. Notice your chest, your stomach, your jaw. Is there tightening? Then say the second option. Notice again. Often intuition shows up as expansion or contraction, lightness or heaviness. It's subtle. But with practice, you'll begin to trust what your body is telling you. Number 4, separating the event from the story. These days, we are surrounded by many disturbing stories. Some believe this is the cause of profound suffering. But it doesn't have to be. It can also teach us something. Ask yourself, what actually happened in the moment when I felt happy, sad, frightened? Then ask, what did I add after I felt that? Most of the noise we experience comes from narrative, not the events themselves. Intuition becomes clearer when we loosen the story. You can return to the original moment and feel what you were feeling. That is often the moment when your intuition was sharpest. 5, the echo practice. The echo practice is not only for when you lose clarity. In fact, this may be one of the best ways to feel your intuition if you've been struggling to access it. It is a method of observing the mind until intuition becomes visible. Choose a simple phrase. For example, "I lost it." Say it softly. Pause. Notice the next thought that arises. Maybe, "How could I lose it?" Don't analyze it. Just become aware of it. Then repeat, "I lost it." Pause again. Notice the next thought. Maybe it says, "Where are you?" Simply observe it. Repeat, "I lost it." Each repetition reveals another layer of thinking. You're not trying to silence thoughts. You're watching them. Eventually, something different appears. A thought that feels steady, clear, less reactive. That is the intuitive layer emerging. You can use this method with other questions. For example, where do I go? Pause. Notice the first thought. Go where you want. Observe it. Repeat, where do I go? Pause. Notice the next thought. You are already where you need to be. Observe it. Repeat again. Where do I go? If you continue gently without forcing an answer, you will eventually arrive at a response that feels coherent. The echo practice does not create intuition. It clears the noise so intuition can surface. Number 6, the grasping principle. Try to grasp water tightly. It escapes through your fingers. Open your hand. It rests. Overthinking works the same way. When you try to grasp order too tightly, when you demand certainty immediately, clarity slips away. The more urgently you search, the noisier the mind becomes. Opening your hand means resting the grasping, resting the overthinking that is trying to force an answer. Sometimes feeling your intuition is simply listening during a moment of deep relaxation. Not distraction, not collapse, but steady, embodied rest. Learn to enjoy simple activities that create that relaxation. Walking without your phone, silently sitting, breathing without trying to optimize anything. In those moments, the nervous system settles. And when the system settles, intuition filters through. Intuition is participation with the body. When you demand certainty, you create noise. When you soften, you create signal. Deep relaxation is not laziness. It is the open hand. And in that openness, clarity often arrives without being forced. 7. The line practice. Take a blank sheet of paper. Before you begin, set a simple intention. Not a rigid goal or orientation. For example, I want clarity about this decision. Then draw lines slowly across the page. Let them cross. Where the lines intersect sharply, round the crossings into curves. Each intersection becomes connection. This interrupts rigid thinking patterns. It slows the nervous system. It replaces collision with integration. Continue for several minutes, then pause. Notice what you feel. Often the mind studies where the lines once collided. As you round them, you may notice something interesting. Those sharp moments of collision become softer, less exaggerated, more meaningful. And as your drawing becomes integrated, your thinking often does as well. From steadiness, direction emerges. Number 8, repair the fence. There's a simple story about a shepherd whose sheep keep escaping through a broken fence. He chased them constantly. He grew frustrated, but the solution wasn't to chase the sheep. It was to repair the fence. When he restored the structure, the sheep settled. Overthinking works the same way. When your attention leaks into every possibility, your energy scatters. Repairing the fence means restoring structure. One boundary, one decision, one clear direction. Peace returns, not because the world changed, but because your attention stabilized. And if you make a poor decision, you can always make another one. Use the previous exercises to support your decision making. This repairs the fence. 9. Fear and urgency. Many people don't ignore intuition because they dislike it. They ignore it because they fear being wrong. Fear activates urgency. Urgency activates analysis. Analysis amplifies doubt. If you feel fear, slow down. Then listen. Intuition rarely arrives in panic. If necessary, return to step 4. Separate event from story. Reclaim clarity. 10. Curiosity over certainty. A rigid mind wants answers. A flexible mind asks better questions. If you feel yourself grasping for certainty, invite curiosity instead. Return to step 1. I wonder. Then ask, what matters most here? Pause. I wonder. Then ask, what matters most about that? Curiosity increases flexibility. It reduces defensiveness, and intuition thrives in that openness. 11. Learning direction. Intuition strengthens when you use it. Deciding to move in the direction of your intuition gives it a foothold in your decision-making process. Over time, you begin to trust it. Even if the outcome doesn't feel like the safest one, ask yourself, does it feel steady? Follow the steady direction. If you begin to veer, listen again. You can adjust along the way, but you must move. Intuition becomes your partner only when you begin to use it. 12. Restore balance. Nature balances itself without argument. Storms settle, wind, water finds level. Your nervous system works the same way. Intuition is not mystical. It helps you recalibrate. It is the mind operating in balance. You don't need to eliminate thought. You don't need to silence your mind. You only need to reduce the pressure that distorts it. Intuition is not dramatic. It is practical. It is grounded. It is already present. Start small. Pause. And with practice, you will begin to trust what has always been there.